Hello, hi there Virgos, do hope that you are all lovely and well. My name is Bella and most people know me as the Secret Psychic. Welcome to my channel. This is your love horoscope for November 2018. So if you're watching me for the first time and you'd like to know more about me, all the links are just down below about readings, joining me on my Facebook. If you like what I have to say, do comment, do share, do like. Sorry, I winced a little bit because I think some of you might be, what's the word to use? A little bit not frustrated, maybe concerned about what I have to say, but I'm always as truthful as I can be. I never know what's going to come through, but I do know that when I looked at parts of this before I came on, I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh, Virgos, are you ready for this? All right, it's I don't know, like it's deep, okay, and some of it is about what's going on with you and another person, and some of it's about how it's also then reflected out of you as well. So you have to bear with me as I best try to describe this. So my guides are saying here that you guys feel like you're having to put a brave face on and trying to make yourselves feel to the world, or at least appear to the world, that you are coping better with, that you are dealing with things better than what you really are. Because they're saying on the inside you feel absolutely devastated, heartbroken, confused, not knowing what direction to go. Some of you are angry, some of you are very low vibrational, but it feels like with good cause, because somebody has upset you, frustrated you, annoyed you, broke your heart. Something is happening in the background, but to most people, Virgos, to most people, you are not revealing what is going on inside. You are like a swan. You are, going to work, being successful, you're doing many things to show that you are coping. My guides are saying here, it is okay to ask for help. It is okay to find somebody that you trust to talk about what's really going on inside. Because it's a little bit like when you suppress something, like a jack-in-the-box. It can be held down for a little bit, but eventually it pops out. And the last thing you want is to be in a supermarket like Tesco's or Walmart and then find yourself crying in the aisles and people wondering what's wrong with you. That's what they're saying. You're a little bit like a champagne cork, holding it all in. All those bubbles are bubbling underneath the surface, and then boom, it comes out. And it may come out in the wrong place or on the wrong person. So if you are starting November where you are feeling like you're a swan, having to glide gracefully on the outside, but really on the inside you feel like SHIT basically, don't do it on your own. It's like the strongest message that's coming out. The other thing is a little bit of a warning that's coming on here. So some of you, it's coming out in behaviours. Now, sometimes at a cognitive level, when we want to feel better about ourselves, we might do things like, I don't know, drink or gamble or shopping. We may do things to self-soothe. And again, my guides are saying have some self-awareness around that, because actually long-term that can also be damaging also as well. And I say all this because it feels so unlike you, Virgos, to be in this place that whatever is bothering you, and I think this is why they want you to share it, because if you don't, that's what happens. The body, the mind copes in the best way it can, or we try to cope the best way we can by sometimes, without realizing it, doing behaviors that actually are not self-serving, and they can be not as obvious as you think. You're doing something, or they're saying some of you will have a predisposition, not all of you, to doing something else as a way of coping. That is not, again, self-serving. It only longer term traps you in this kind of negative stuff that you're holding inside. So where is this coming from? It's obviously, this is a love reading, so this is about somebody who's disappointing you. Current person you're with, you've had some news that is being devastating, disappointing, you're angry with them. This is a past person that you're upset with. Maybe you found something out. This can be you, feeling just not happy with the world, even if you're single and feeling I don't want to date because it always is the same cycle, the same thing. Whatever this is for you, But I have to say, it's not just like, I can't really say that it's a flippant old dating thing. It feels like somebody has really, really got to your heart and really, really feels like they're squeezing it. And the best way that you know how to breathe is by doing what you're doing. My guides are saying here, the best way to handle it is to talk to somebody. What's that saying? Problem shared is a problem halved. But also, you're not containing it. You're not holding on to it. It's better out than in. It's going to be healing for you. And that also includes crying, because crying is a very healing act for us to do as well. So if you've been refusing to cry over this, or even be angry about it, anger is not always a negative vibration. Anger can be quite a powerful, motivating, motivating us into change and positivity. Use that to your advantage. My guides are saying here, somebody owes you something. Now, you will get this, and you actually get it in November, 100%, if you haven't already got it. But it feels to me that even though they owe you something and you got it, you feel it's almost like it's the emotional stuff that you would have preferred more. And it is that you still feel like you haven't got. And it feels literally, because I'm clairsentient, so I can feel this, it literally feels like you guys feel like someone stabbed you in the heart and that dagger's still stuck in it and you can't remove it because you were hoping that they would remove it. Apologise. Acknowledge. Do something more tangible than just owe you what they owe you, and they don't. What I have to say to you, so for those of you where they owed you something and perhaps you got it already, or if not, you do get it in this month, it's an opportunity for you to close the door, basically, because albeit you might be looking for this emotional stuff, and this is why my guides are saying you need to talk to somebody about this, to heal from this, to try to move forward from whatever is ailing you, your heart at this moment in time when it comes to romance. It's been shown that whatever is not you, it's so hard to put into words, because it's my guides want to encourage you that yes, things feel, the longer you get stuck on it, the harder it becomes. The longer you hold it in, the longer you don't share this, the longer you don't do anything. And that includes, let's say you've been having a secret relationship. My guides are saying here, there's no need for it to be secret anymore. If that's part of the barrier that's holding you back, then you need to make it out in the open, for example, in any way that you should. They say you should follow your instincts, basically. But they also suggest that it's also time for closing the door also on a situation and moving in a different direction. They want you to nurture yourself, but they also want you to nurture something that you're not seeing that is coming into being, something new. Because when something closes or something breaks or something ends, as devastating as that is, it's also a time to celebrate, because it's an end of a cycle. And I've noticed that we seem to be getting in November, with most signs, an end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. And my guides are saying, Virgos, don't you see you're at the beginning of a brand new cycle where you can grow and create something better. They're almost showing me like a baby, and I'm not saying that you are having a baby, but they're almost showing me you with a baby, nurturing it. If you're a parent, you bring them up under your values. And so they're saying here there's something new, a new relationship that you have more influence on to be exactly the way you need it to be. And that is what is before you. And so this month very, very much feels like this is about healing. This is about letting go. This is about sharing, not doing it in isolation. Now, this could be that you're already in a new relationship and you're just about to, but you're still holding on to some fears from the past. This could be a representation of also that, of what's going on in your energy. Again, share it, even with your new person, but let it go. Things will not be the same. You're at a beautiful crossroads, my guides are saying here, where one chapter that has felt really hard and really heavy has come to a close, and your new one is beginning. So welcome it. This could also be a representation, I have to say, that you perhaps with a person have just gone through a whole heap of mess with them, and then finally, you're both walking side by side on the same page. But you cannot do that if you're still looking at what they did. It's an opportunity for forgiveness. You know, if you're trying to pretend with that person that everything is all fine, but in the inside you've got loads of resentment, is it going to work? No. So you have to let it go. You have to let that hurt, that pain, that anger go, or it will fail. Your foundations have been ruined on purpose, because something new is going to be built, brick by brick, just the way that you'd like it, together with somebody else. Look forward, my guides are saying, not backwards. Release, do not hold in. Heal and believe is the message that they say. So I hope that that's been helpful, dear Virgos. I really do. That was a deep one. I'll be back next month with the last reading of the year. Can you believe that we're at December already? It's gone really quick. I'll be back again next month. Again, if you'd like a private reading or if you'd like to subscribe, do subscribe, press the bell so you can see me every time I pop on also too. Have a marvellous month, Virgos. A lot to think about. Take care. Bye-bye.